morning from Nonsense Farm. And guess what time of the year it is? It is time to start seeds. I'm so excited. So today I'm going to start some broccoli seeds and some lettuce seeds because I'll be able to put those out sooner. And then in the coming weeks and throughout January, I will start different sorts of seeds, and I'm just so excited this year. So to start with, this is what I use for my seed starting mix. They sell it at Home Depot and Lowe's, I think. I know they sell it at Lowe's because that's where I got this, and I'm pretty sure they sell the same thing at Home Depot. I considered this year getting, like mixing my own seed starting mix, and I know it would be less expensive, but the thing is, then I have to like get a thing to mix it in, and this is just so convenient, and the reality is that I still work full-time, and things need to be quick, so anyway, that's what I'm doing. So this is a bus tub. I did not buy it specifically for this. I bought it to help my son try and keep his room neat, to put all the dirty dishes in. Didn't work then, but it works perfectly well now. And I dump, there's 2 bags of the seed starting mix in here. And then what I do, because when you start seeds, fungus is not your friend. I pour boiling water over this. And so I've already poured one thing of it. Let me see. You might have heard the tea kettle beep a minute ago. And so this serves 2 purposes. One, it kills any fungus things or fungus gnat, I guess larvae, I don't know. And the other thing is it makes the soil nice and moist. So yeah, I'm gonna put at least 2 more tea kettles of water in here. So stay tuned while I do that. While we're waiting on that water to boil, I thought I would go over some of the equipment that I have for seed starting. Now, if you've never done seed starting before and you're gonna do it, don't think you have to go out and just buy all this stuff from all these specialty places. It's just I've been doing it for a number of years, and so I have a really nice setup for it, but you can start much smaller. So, for one thing, I have these trays. I think they're called 1020 trays. Anyway, this is from Greenhouse Mega Store, and I bought the really heavy duty ones because I wash them and reuse them just over and over and over again. And so you want to buy really nice ones. So 18 of these pots fit just perfectly in these trays, which is great. And then these pots, again, I bought them in bulk from Greenhouse Mega Store. I do reuse them. I know people are going to have different opinions about using plastic pots and whatnot, but I have used the fiber pots and whatnot, and the seedlings just do not do as well. They don't grow as big. There's fungus is more of an issue. It just is not good. So I have these plastic pots. I do empty and rewash them and reuse them every year, and I just bought the original case, and I've never bought any more. It's just a nicer situation. So there's that, and then of course you need seeds. So I have been ordering from Johnny Seeds for a long time. This is my order from this year, and I have gone in and separated the different things. Today I'm going to start broccoli and then also lettuce, again because these are cooler season crops and I'll be able to put them out sooner, so of course you want to start them sooner. Also in Texas in January you do want to get your tomato seeds started, but you don't want to jump the gun too much, because if you the plants get too big, and now you're having, like last year I was having to repot them into gallon pots and everything, so before it was warm enough to put them outside. And of course this is the box that the Johnny Seeds came in, but I have these, they're photo organizing boxes. They're for 4x6 photographs. But they work great for seeds, and I'll put a link in the description below of these on Amazon. But it's just great because you can use your trusty label maker and see, like that's bush beans, and you put all your different beans in here. So for one thing, you can find seeds really easily, and they're safely stored, and you know where they are. The setup that I have for seed starting includes this equipment out here in the garage. Let me show you what that is. First of all, I have this shelf situation that I got at Home Depot, and I have grow lights on each level. So once I start the seeds and they sprout, I'll show you the seed mats in a minute, the heat mats, then they'll go here under these grow lights, and that's where they will be until it's ready to harden them off and put them in the ground. These are some batches of soap I have curing. They obviously don't need the grow lights, it's just I have them out here on these shelves. I'm just playing with different recipes. More on that soon. Over here I have heated seed mats. So soil needs to be a certain temperature in order for the seeds to sprout, and so that's what these heat mats are for. Now on this level I do also have a grow light, but that's just to give me more versatility and more room. So first the seedlings will come out here, go on the heat mats until they sprout, and then once they sprout they go under the lights. The big reason that I start seeds instead of buying plants at the store is because the math just doesn't add up otherwise. Starts at the store cost about as much as the finished produce would cost at the grocery store. So what's the point of that? To me, it's a lot better to start seeds because, you know, this seed packet, even though, you know, it was a little expensive for a seed packet, in my opinion, it was like $5. But let's see, there's a minimum of 100 seeds in here. So let's say, and they have a germination rate on their test of 98%. So let's say you have 98 potential broccoli plants in here for $5. That's a great deal. Now, you know, obviously I did invest in all this infrastructure, pots, and, you know, you'd have to buy the soil, which is very affordable, but it's still, the math works out much better. Once you've got all the water in here, you want to mix it up really well to make sure there's no dry pockets in the mounds of soil. And I don't know if you can see in the video, but there's steam rising from this because, of course, it was boiling water that I just put on here. So you want to mix it up, and then it does need to be a little cooler for you to be able to plant the seeds, because you don't want to kill the seeds because you put it in too hot of soil. Now we're going to put in the seeds. So on the back of most seed packets, you see some pretty specific information. For instance, this one says that transplant is recommended, because there are some plants that should be seeded directly into the ground that don't do well with transplant, but this lettuce does well with transplant, so that's great. So in flats or cell type containers, 1/8 inch deep. So we want to plant these seeds an 1/8 of an inch deep, like not way down in there, just very, very shallow. 3 to 4 weeks before transplanting outdoors. So this is January, what, 7th or something? Let's see. Yeah, it's January 7th. So in early to mid-February, we're going to be able to put these outside. And they do tolerate a light frost. So by then that hopefully will be all that we're still experiencing here in Texas. So here we go. These are pelleted seeds, which just makes them easier to handle. Lettuce seeds are exceedingly small, and so when you have them pelleted, it just puts a coating on them, makes them easier to handle. So I'm not even really going to poke a hole in these. I'm just evening out the soil a little bit. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm going to, this is one of the trays that I just loaded up, and it's very warm, whereas this one I did a couple of hours ago. So it is cooled off. So we're going to switch to that. So there, this is much cooler. All right, so here are seeds, and I'm just going to put one in each, just one in each pot. You could put 2, and I probably should put 2, but again, my eye is toward not having to come back and do something later. And if I put 2 or several seeds, it's possible that I would have to come back and thin these out, and I don't have to do that. All right, now I am putting this tray of lettuce seeds in pots on top of this heated seed mat. And let's see, I have, here we go. I have these clear domes that I put on top of them. It's just to keep the top of the soil moist so that the seeds have an easier time sprouting. So I'll watch these, and in just a few days, they'll start sprouting up and we'll put them under the lights. Another super important step is to label your seedlings. Now maybe your mind is better than mine, but whenever I go, oh, I'll remember that this is a tray of lettuce, I don't remember that this is a tray of lettuce. And especially like if you're gonna sell seedlings or sell plants later on in the spring, they wanna know like, well, what kind of lettuce is it? Or what kind of tomato is it? And among all the tomato plants, until the tomatoes start coming out, you have no idea. So really important to label these seedlings so that later on when they're plants, you'll know what they are. I got 8 flats of 18 plants each, seeded and ready to go. So in 3 or 4 weeks, they'll be ready to put out in the garden.